Greetings everyone, I'm Joanna Chance, and in this video we are going to look at the practical theory of spreadsheets. A spreadsheet is a grid of rows and columns that holds information. It accepts entry, allows editing and manipulation of numeric data. So when we look at a spreadsheet, first of all, we need to know that it is a grid of rows and columns. And the purpose of this grid is to actually hold information. It can also allow the entry of data, and you can edit and manipulate this data. But what we can note on this is this data should be numeric data. Then spreadsheet software is basically used for calculation of numbers, including the creating of graphs. So whatever calculation you want to take of numbers, you can do it in a spreadsheet. And then you can also create different graphs using spreadsheet. We have two types of spreadsheet. We have what we call manual spreadsheets and then electronic spreadsheets. The difference between the two, manual spreadsheet is the most commonly used type of bookkeepers as a ledger book with many sheets of papers divided into rows and columns on which various amounts of money are entered manually using a pen or a pencil. This is for manual. Manual, you do it manually. You get your ledger book, a pen or a pencil to enter different numbers, numeric numbers that are for calculation. So you carry on everything in a book manually. And then electronic spreadsheet is prepared using a computer program that enables the user to enter values in rows and columns, similar to the ones of the manual spreadsheet, and to manipulate them mathematically using a formula. So for electronic spreadsheet, first of all, you will need a computer and the computer program, and so you'll be able to enter the figures in rows and columns of a computer program, and you'll be able to manipulate this data, but using the different formulas. So you can carry on the calculations under electronic, but using the inbuilt formulas or the typed in formula. We look at the advantages of using electronic spreadsheets over manual spreadsheet. Electronic spreadsheet utilizes the powerful aspect of the computer like speed, accuracy, and efficiency to enable the user quickly accomplish tasks. So this is one of the advantages of electronic over manual spreadsheet. You're going to enjoy all the qualities of using a computer. For example, the speed will be very high for the one using electronic compared to the one using manual. And then the accuracy, you will not actually have a lot of mistakes. You actually know mistakes, because once you make it, when you're using electronic, you can actually edit it easily. And then the efficiency is also guaranteed. The other advantage is the electronic spreadsheet offers a larger virtual sheet of data entry and manipulation. So for the sheet you're using, an electronic will be large enough compared to the one of manual. Okay, the other one is the electronic spreadsheet utilize the largest storage space on computer storage devices to save and retrieve documents. Storage purposes, you will realize that under electronic spreadsheets, there is a lot of storage space, so you can save as many sheets as possible on the computer. And then you can retrieve your documents at any time you wish. The other advantage is the electronic spreadsheet enables a user to produce neat work. All the work is edited on the screen and the final clean copy is printed, unlike the manual, whose neatness depends on the writer's handwriting and skills. So for the people using electronic spreadsheet, you can actually produce perfect work, neat work, as compared to the ones using manual. For manual, you look for if you want something that is neat and perfect, you will look for someone that has gotten the best handwriting and the skills, which is not the same case for electronic. Okay, electronic spreadsheet has a better document formatting capability, so you can format your document very easily and in a better way compared to manual. Then there are very many inbuilt formulae called functions that enable the user to quickly manipulate mathematical data. So this is also another advantage of electronic. The formula are inbuilt, so you can access them and then carry on the calculations easily and quickly. This electronic spreadsheet automatically adjusts the result of the formula if the values in a worksheet are changed. This is called the automatic recalculation feature. So you find that in this in electronic, when you're using electronic spreadsheet, there is a special feature that we have in this called automatic recalculation feature. So in case you change any number in this, the calculation will be carried on automatically. But if you're using manual, after changing the figures, you will go on and then calculate again everything, which is not the same case here in electronic. Then we have a number of examples of spreadsheet. We can call it as different spreadsheet packages. We have VisiCalc, and this was the first type of spreadsheet to be developed for personal computers. We also have Lotus 123. This is an integrated software with a spreadsheet module with the graphs and then database. We also have what we call Microsoft Excel and Control Pro. We can look at also ViewSheet, ModPlan, Lucid 3D, KSpread, OpenOffice.org, Calc. So we look at the components of a spreadsheet. The other ones were the examples. And here we have the components. We have a worksheet, database, and graphs. So these are the three basic components. Now we look at each in details. What do we mean by worksheet? This is the component in which data values are entered. It is made up of rows and columns. The intersection between a row and a column is called a cell. A group of many worksheets make up a workbook. So a worksheet is actually a single sheet. But if you get like 5 worksheets, you come up with a workbook. And this worksheet is just a component in which you're going to enter your values and then carry on the calculations as you want. Then, as we said that a worksheet is made up of rows and columns. So these rows and columns intersect, and the intersection between the two is called a cell. And then the group of worksheets we've seen before, it is called a workbook. Okay, the other component, we said we have 3 components. We've looked at the worksheet. The other one is a database. So in this, data values can be entered in the cells of the spreadsheet and managed by special Excel features found on the data menu. And these features were incorporated in Excel, but they actually belong to database management software. So you see that there is a relationship here between spreadsheet and database, DBMS. So you find that there are features that are in DBMS and were incorporated to spreadsheet, and these are the ones we are looking at. And lastly, we look at graphs as the other component, and this is a pictorial representation of the base data on a worksheet. Most spreadsheets refer to graphs as charts. So this component is, first of all, should be pictorial and a representation of base data. So this pictorial should be representing the data you have in your worksheet. So in short, you're presenting what you have in the worksheet in form of a pictorial representation, which is a graph. Normally in a spreadsheet we call them, or we refer them to, as charts. So you use a chart to represent what is in the worksheet. Okay, thank you so much for watching. God bless you.